Hey, Knicks Nation, how you doing? This is Sincere from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How are you doing? Me, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Our New York Knicks went out there and, oh, wait, before we get that thing started, yo, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, share, comment, you know what I'm saying? Hit that notification so we can keep you updated with all the newest content, all right? All right, let's get back to it. So, the New York Knicks went against the Brooklyn Nets last night. We won 93-92. Now, the deal is this. My man, Karl Anthony Towns, 26 points, 15 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds, and shot 84% from the free throw line. We needed every last free throw from this man. Every last one of them. You know what I'm saying? We'll overlook the 2 that was missed, but we needed those points. Every last one of them. Brunson, 17 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. OG Anunoby had 16 points, 2 steals. In my opinion, this game was a little disconcerting because the idea is, looking at this squad, this should have been an easy blowout. That's exactly what it should have been. The Brooklyn Nets are lottery bound, like for real. Like they're like in the top 3, you know what I'm saying, to my knowledge. And the idea is our New York Knicks came in there, and at least seemingly in the beginning, it looked like we just kind of just played down to our competition. We weren't really focused. We weren't motivated. I would have felt just off the fact of this is our in city rivalry that energy would have been brought up. Brooklyn brought it. Brooklyn brought it. You know what I'm saying? It was really just more so at the end, or should I say more towards the end, the defense of the Knicks started picking up, because our offense was not really clicking like that. It really wasn't. Now, like I said, Karl Anthony Towns really pulled it through for us. Brunson was having some struggles, but Karl Anthony Towns really was that guy for this particular game. OG Anunoby defensively did very, very well. Shamit did very well defensively. Like defensively, it was very good, but it was more so on the second half. The first half, it was irritating. It was like, why is this even, this shouldn't even be close. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be a thing where your third string, players, maybe even some of your G League level type players should be playing against these guys. And that's the part that makes me feel kind of worried, kind of concerned, because like we're kind of coming in with the mindset of a young team that's not quite knowing how to win. You know what I'm saying? Now, we won, don't get me wrong, we won, but that was just because we were the better team. Everyone that coming into this game knew the New York Knicks was the better team than the Brooklyn Nets. That's without question, But the idea is, I'm talking about a mentality. You're talking about winning a championship, and this is how you're playing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be like, hey, I'm going to play real good because we're going against a good team. You got to be able to make sure your competition understands we're coming to play every game. You know what I'm saying? We can't be out here with like this half, I'm giving I'm trying to say things properly for my nephew out there. So I want to say what I want to say, and y'all know what I want to say. But half effort, I'll say that, right? Not giving full effort. That is what I have a problem with. Now like I said it before, they have one of the craziest schedules in the month of March. So I want to believe that it's a thing where they're just tired. That's what I want to believe, because it's been crazy. That is real. That record, that schedule is real. But the idea is they can't really say that they were tired. I believe they had 2 full days of rest. You know what I'm saying? Compared to paying a whole bunch of back-to-backs, flying from East Coast to West Coast and dealing with that and dealing with, daylight savings and all that. And all that is real. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the mentality of we're going to put our foot in your neck and you ain't getting up, you know what I'm saying? Because we finishing you off. We might have a chance. I didn't see that last night. I saw Brunson trying to be Brunson. I saw Karl Anthony Towns like, hey, this is my night. I'm going out here and I'm going to shine. That's what I saw. But as a collective, I didn't see that killer mentality from the beginning. It should have been from the beginning. As I said, the defense picked up. The defense picked up. But to be honest, who set the tone for that defense was Brooklyn. Brooklyn was the one that set the tone for the defensive end. That tenacity was real. I had to give Brooklyn. I give you credit. I give you credit for the tenacity. I give y'all credit for the effort because you brought that. You brought that all game. So I give you a lot of credit on that, right? And I'm a true diehard Knicks fan, right? So I ain't trying to get no Nets, no love like that. But our New York Knicks, we need to make sure we bring in that energy. And we have energy players. I was, to be honest, I was actually surprised Sohan didn't play because our energy didn't seem to be right where it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that Coach Mike Brown, was trying to get the offense going. But it was really when we stepped our defense up, that's when the game really changed and we was able to get to the next gear and we was able to find people and everything. And I will also say we started to move the ball just a little bit more, and don't get me wrong, the Knicks were really trying to move the ball. And with that being said, we had 17 turnovers. I don't like that number. 17 turnovers against the Nets? No, that's to me is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do like the fact that we out-rebounded the Nets. We considerably out-rebounded the Nets. 52 rebounds to 40. That's part of why we won that game was because we out-rebounded them. Because if they were out-rebounding us, we only won by 1 point, y'all. So the thing is, I'm expecting us to clean this up. I'm expecting us to get better at this whole thing. And I'm expecting better energy. I'm expecting better energy. I'm expecting better efficiency. I'm expecting better execution. And I expect that to be the mindset moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Sharpening the execution, getting it better, getting into a rhythm, and getting to a place where moving towards the playoffs, everybody is understanding more and more of what their role is. And having that 1-2 punch, we already know who that is. But now we're going to be going into the playoffs understanding what everybody as a collective is doing. Everybody knows what their roles are, who they're supposed to be, covering. All that shouldn't even be a thing anymore. We should just be rolling. I'm really expecting us to try to take over that number 2 spot. And that's what I see the New York Knicks are supposed to be doing. But we keep playing like this against other teams. It doesn't have to be the Nets. Against just other teams, period. That could be a problem. But I'm expecting Coach Mike Brown to address those issues, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to keep this any longer. You know what I'm saying? We won the game. I'm happy we won the game. We showed effort towards the end. We showed that defense. We just got to make sure that we have that continuity from the beginning to end. The full 48. Not just hope that Brunson or Cat can squeeze us out through the end. That's not how it's going to work, especially when you're talking about going into the playoffs. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? If y'all have y'all thoughts, put that in the comments. You know what I'm saying? If y'all think the New York Knicks is going to take an uptick and really start running the gamut and take that number 2 spot, put it out there. Let's see what's going on, all right? All right, with that being said, again, subscribe, like, share, comment. Let's get it. Talk to y'all later.